This is the fourth and final day in Baraboo, Wisconsin. The game is 10 ball for the $75,000 prize fund. 64 players started out with this event, and we are down to the final four. This is the first semifinal match. It'll be a 2 out of 3 sets to 4 games, but if the third set is tied, it will go to a shootout. And here we have Joshua Filler and Vitaliy PATSURA. They've worked their way to this point in this tournament. Joshua's playing outstanding pool, and Vitaliy is also. I don't think we've seen him on the live stream. This is George THA on the booth with Tim DeReuter. Good morning.
Good morning, George.
Joshua wins the lag, so he breaks first. He will also, if it goes to a shootout, get to go first.
Well, and it's also not a coincidence that Vitaliy PATSURA has been finishing high lately in these Predator Series. Obviously, because he's in the States, he has been able to play a little bit more of them, but then that doesn't mean you get to the quarterfinal or semifinal every time. So that means he's on the right path, and we might see a really different match than we instantly would expect in this match. So,
well, these two met in Las Vegas, so they were here, and Filler won the World 10 ball. He won that, but then Vitaliy played him in. That's going to hang up.
Well, it kind of looked like he miscued there or something. Like it didn't really come off nicely off that tip. I don't know what happened there.
He looked at it on the way back.
Could be just me. It just the moment, like, or he dipped or something. I don't know. It looked a little strange.
Well, it's not what you expect of Filler, especially what we've seen of Filler here. We saw some outstanding pool. Highlight after highlight has been posted. But Vitaliy has defeated Filler once before in Europe at the Treviso Euro Tour. So these guys have just a very little history. In common opponents, for instance, according to Fargo, which is a little app that I have privy to, Filler wins almost 59% as opposed to 49% against all the people they've played.
Oh, that's not a nice rub on that 3 ball.
You can tell his heart's racing because when he was practicing, he was drawing the ball to pinpoint precision. And here he overdraws it. Look how nice it takes the English. He stroked that ball very well.
Well, on the other side, with the speed for him coming into that 3 ball, what could have been the best thing happening to him? Like, either you blast it in and you hope for a good outcome, or you don't and you play safe on the 3. Like, it was a little bit in between for me.
Yeah, he wanted to just come past the side, just a little past the side, and he went almost 4 feet past the side.
He's going to try to hit the edge, get the 4 or the 9 into play.
Nice hit. He had a quarter ball to hit, and he hit it and left it pretty tough.
Yeah, great shot.
Worked out very, very well for him. This is the 3-foul rule is in effect here. They are on a 30-second time clock. Filler has been outstanding on this table.
Yeah, especially his performance last night with Alex Kazakis was just unbelievable. Yeah. We spoke to him afterwards about a couple shots he did. He's like, well, you know, I practiced some of them, and yeah, I made them 2 out of 3. So when I got the same shot in the match, I only knew, like, well, I'm gonna make it like 33%. I can shoot this. Yeah. Like, I was like, do you really think like this? It was just a different way of approach, you know. That's it. Yeah. That's what makes him a champion too.
Exactly. Actually, I remember that conversation real well, and it surprised me because he said he made it like 2 out of 5. He said, so I'm due to make it again, so I fired it.
Yeah. At some point I gotta make it, so sure. Yeah. Like, what? Yeah, it was funny.
Nice shirt there, as you can see, with his own picture on the back, with one of his Mosconi Cup impressions. Yesterday's shirt was red and black, and this one is blue and black. PATSURA coming to the table. This is still the first game. Going back and forth, which we haven't seen much of. Most of the games I've watched Joshua play, he gets the ball in hand and they're off and running. It doesn't go any further than that.
Oh, he caught this one too thick.
He's going to be good again.
Well,
they're missing well.
Well, he wasn't attempting to make the floor, but he wasn't trying this either.
To give you an example of these guys' skills, Joshua 41. Oops. Joshua's an 841 Fargo. Patsura is a 770 Fargo. To get to this point in the semifinals, Vitaliy defeated Frankie Reese, Caden Hillman, John Mora, Sam Henderson. Neither player has tasted defeat in this tournament yet. They're both undefeated. And neither player has been in a shootout.
This is not too great. Just got the jump cue out. Predator air rush. A pretty good shot on that 5, but when he hit that 10 ball, everything started to look real bad. Oh, wow.
How did he go by the 8?
What?
Watch how he catches the point and slides in. It just doubles and slides in. He can't believe he went by the 8 ball. Neither can you. Look at this.
Did he jump over it? Wow, this is...
That's sick.
What?
That's sick. Although hitting there, he could have gone off the 8 just as easy. And that jump shot to lose the opening game of the semifinal.
I'm flabbergasted right here.
Well, you can see it.
Well, just because of the speed he goes into there, and then it's still wobbled as well, so it could easily have hung up. So
yeah,
wow.
it's called new cloth. On any club table, that would have hung up, and he'd be hooked behind the 8. Joshua plays with a Predator Crown Q. It's a 12-4 Revo. Of course, he has, I believe, he does have the new Gold Rush brake Q.
Yeah.
There it is right there. A good look at the Gold Rush. Brand new. You said it's not available yet?
Yeah, it's not released yet.
Yeah, the players are testing it out.
Yeah, I've had a lot of messages saying, "Hey man, I was just wondering, do you know anybody that's selling that Gold Rush?"
Like, any of the players want to get rid of it? They just got it, guys.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I would love to have one, but oh, they look great. But it's still interesting how Filler keeps breaking from the same spot to make the one in the side. As yesterday, Kazakis was breaking great again from the center of the table.
You know, Tim, before this match started, and I was just kind of wandering around this morning, I came up to the table, and it is so worn right where they're breaking from. I would say that 90% are breaking from that area. You can really see that it's got a lot of use on the table. Most of the players are breaking from that one particular spot. They've watched each other. They've had success from there, so I think they're all breaking from there.
Well, it's also a matter of when you don't make a ball on the break, do you really sell out, or is it still a struggle for the other guy to get out? And that's, I think, also a big component of breaking from that side rail.
I totally agree. So they're seeing something positive breaking from there, so they're all trying it. And they're all starting out there. And That's where the use of the table's pretty worn right there. You can see it right now, right by the 8-ball. Look at where the 8-ball is. See how worn it is compared to the rest of the table. A little bit from the other side, but not like it is over there.
So Patsura left Joshua a long 1-ball. And also pretty tough to get nice on the 3 unless he can take the speed off. So he's most likely to overcut the 1 and just bring the cue ball back up. Oh.
And it leaked out. Vitaliy can see this. Now, will he play it or play safe?
Based on where the 3-ball is, I would not expect him to go for it.
That's precisely, yeah. I expect him to just kind of cut the 1-ball over by the 5 and come up and use the 3-10.
If he likes to go aggressive, he could use the 6-ball as a stopper though, like to take the speed off the cue ball, to stay around the 3.
And he does just that.
Oh, this is not good enough.
That's easy jump shot. Well, for filler, it's an easy jump shot.
Well, nowadays on the tour, players are so well with the jump cue that if they don't make this jump, then they actually played a poor shot. Nowadays, the standard is so high, you gotta make this.
And the equipment is so good for this. That air rush is one of the best jump cues on the market.
Landed right on the 1-ball and got perfect on the 3-ball.
Executes the shot perfectly. Now it's to get on the 4, and he's got the perfect angle to go to the 4. By the upper part of that side pocket, just like this. Absolutely perfect. And this is what we've been seeing from Joshua Filler. Once he gets in line, he stays in line.
And it's also a difference between the top pros and the little sub-top just underneath, is to where that safety Patsura played was just not a lockup.
No.
It was just, I mean, we're not saying he played a horrible shot, but more saying against a guy like Filler, you just can't afford to play safeties like that.
And one of the other things about playing safe at this level is you can't afford to leave the object ball in front of a pocket, because these guys are good at getting to the pockets from every angle. They either kick it or jump it, but they can get there.
Still a little work on that 8-ball though. Just looking at going forward 2 rails. Leave himself the angle straight over to probably catch the bottom side of the 9. Can go to the 2nd diamond on this long rail. No, play the 1 rail.
Did he get an angle to go to the 8?
I don't think so.
He did not, no.
I'm quite surprised he didn't play 2 rails. First, he started looking at it, and 2 rails would guarantee him to have that angle. So
I just thought he'd get enough angle to go towards the 8-ball with the cue ball off the 7.
If he can just get out of that middle corner, he could play a stop shot behind the 9 to play safe. So
see, he got 2 straight here. He's not real happy with what he is, but now he's trying to figure out exactly what do I do. Patsura taking note of what Filler's doing. As most everyone does in this game. He's looking at the clock. He's concerned about the time.
Well, he does really have a special way of thinking as well around the table.
Look how well he played that shot. He's straight into the 7-ball, but won't take it because he can't do anything with the 8, and he's not going to be the one to open it up.
Yeah, it's a good shot, and now kicking from the back on the 7 does look really easy, but it's really easy on your regular club table. The spin doesn't grab as much as you would expect here. Still going to play it, but he's not going to catch it thick enough to leave the cue ball behind the 8 and the 9 and just bring the 7-ball over. Oh, he goes 2 rails, yeah, just because of the slide.
So an effective safety played by Joshua Miller. It's Filler. It's Miller time. That, by the way, is my grandson's name, Miller. Right there in the glasses with that cane that has all the pool balls right behind the referee is a man by the name of Bert Kinnister. If you've been around pool for a long time, he has some of the best instructional videos you can find. And this riddle is solved. That's Mr. Kinnister right there. And I believe that's his grandson. This is for game number 2 and win number 2 for Joshua. It's a race to 4. It's 2-0. We saw him play pretty much a perfect set almost. You know, 4-0, 4-0 against Wizikiwu.
Yep. Yeah, and then with Kazakis, he said afterwards, he said, you know, I lost that second set. So he won the first set 4-0, good start. But then he still told himself, hey, you know, there is a chance that you might lose the second set, because he obviously knows that Kazakis is also a different level. So then he lost the second set, and then I told you, I said, he just bounced back so good. Like, he didn't really let the score affect him in any way. Got out of his chair, ran the first 2, and kind of closed the gap from there.
He took over. He sure did.
After losing a set, which most of the players, they break down after losing a single set, because they really want to win everything they do.
Mentally, he's very strong. Very strong mental player. This is the first semifinal. We have one more coming up, and that will be between Tyler Steyer and Gerson Martinez Boza from Peru, an American and a Peruvian. The young man, Mr. Martinez, is playing extremely well, and Tyler Steyer took Federer Gorst apart here. Well, he didn't take him apart, but, you know, played outstanding against him. And Federer was not able to get away with a couple of mistakes that he made.
Dry break, and didn't really have much on the one ball. Took a little risk to just create distance, and
we're going airborne. I wouldn't put it past Filler to be able to draw this back a little bit. He's looking at this now. This is tough. It's, well, he's 9 feet away. Can he still get it back?
He doesn't need much.
No, he missed the ball, so it's going to get safe. Is he going to get behind the 5? No. Left the long shot. Makes this, and it's just the right angle to get on the 2. It goes by the 10, as you can see by this camera angle. Just a stun draw coming over just to hold it on the right side for the 2 ball. Nicely done. Well, he's in perfect line. This is coming straight back to get on the 3 ball. The 4 ball's right next to it. You slide over for that. The 5 ball's in the same area. And then he works his way down. I have a feeling we're going to see Mr. Patsura on the board here very soon.
Well, he needs to as well, just to loosen up a bit.
And this will loosen him up?
He's got a little bit straighter than he would have liked.
You might play short rail. Just follow it straight up. Unless he can cheat the pocket a little and get over for the 4. No, he had plenty. He had plenty. Both players on that shot clock, 30 seconds. They have 60 seconds after the break, where they usually plan their attack of the whole rack. If there's a problem, they figure it out in those 60 seconds usually. Patsura, sponsored by Predator, as you can see by the patch on his shirt. As is Joshua Filler. He got a little tough on this 7 ball, I believe. Oh, he's got just enough angle. Oh, but the 7. I looked at the table and I didn't see the 8. So I thought to get to the 9, he's a little tough, but he has an angle to get to it. But the 8 ball's hanging in the corner pocket.
I think he can get shape on the 8.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicely done. Barely got there.
Yeah, very underrated shot. When the ball is hanging in the pocket and you got to travel to the other side of the table, people always think, oh, that's easy, the ball's in the pocket. And
he had a hanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he hit the rail, hit the ball into the rail, and it just kind of stopped there. It didn't run back. Practice coming out of there, folks.
So this is to get Patsura on the board. Make it a match here. That's what we would want to see.
Yeah. Early in the match. And he does take it, converts a win. He's down 1-2. But breaking the balls, let's see where he breaks from. We've seen Joshua breaking from the right side. Trying to fire that 1 ball into the left side pocket as we view this table. Patsura, after watching, more than likely will probably be breaking from the same area, but we're going to see where he decides he wants to go from. John Lehman, our head referee, cleans off the ball, racks him, cleans it up, and says, go for it. He broke from the left side, not the right. And he may consider breaking from the other side because nothing went in.
Perfect cue ball control, but most of the time when players get the perfect cue ball, that's where you start to doubt, like, are they gonna make something? Usually they're so focused on getting a perfect cue ball that's to where they're not giving it their all to make a ball. Oh, it's not left something easy for Filler. Could go for a 1-9 combo, which is tough, has to cut the 9.
Could go for a safety behind the 9 too.
Yeah, 2 rails with inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
he didn't want to bump the 9. Now he's going to find himself behind that 9. Well, yes.
No.
Or will he go for the side?
Yeah.
He'll go for the side pocket?
No, make the 1 in the corner.
Can't see the angle. I'll see the angle now.
Sometimes it's go time. I think that's now.
It's go, but it's go, but to the wrong place.
Oh man! You know, this was pretty straight. Didn't really have to do much to get on the 2, and yeah, that was a great opportunity for Patsura to level the score. So we'll have to pray for a mistake somewhere by Filler.
Filler floating around the table. You think he'll go for short rail shape here on the 4 where he just pointed?
I think he's going to draw straight to it based on his tip position and the shortest route. Just perfect cue ball there.
Pinpoint.
And I think there's a 6-10 combination too, so it might be early game here. Just to get on the hill, and he's been looking very determined. He's entered a couple Billiard Series events during the years, not all of them. And I also felt like sometimes he was looking for an excuse somewhere to lose. Like sometimes players do this to where they lose a set and they go, yeah, but it's because of, or like, yeah, I don't like the shootout, or like stuff like this. And then actually he doesn't really need it because he plays well enough to overcome all that. And then now this week, like if you just have seen him perform all week, he's just been like he always is, but then in this format. Like he's been right on point, and now he's dominating basically.
Well, he has a dominating style of game, number 1. He's got the talent, number 2. He is yet to be involved in a shootout, so we don't know if he likes him or not yet.
Yeah, well, it's, I'm more saying he hasn't won one of these events yet.
Yeah.
And I think it might be only the reason that he's been talking his way out of it, because I think we can all see that execution-wise, it's not going to be the reason. But he's due to win one. I mean, he also knows that if he starts to enter a couple more of those, at some point he's going to win one.
Well, he's played the one in Vegas, and I think that's the only one he's played because of the World 10 ball that comes right after it. I'm not sure, but I think it's the only one he's played.
Yeah, like I said, he might only play like once or twice in a year. So, yeah. Let's see what he can produce on the break.
9 ball.
Oh, difficult 1 ball considering where the 2 ended up.
Where the 2 is spinning.
Yeah,
still spinning.
Yeah.
How did the 2 ball get so much English?
Got the 1 on the side, trying to miss the 7. Well, a couple bumps here and there, but don't think he got too awful on that 2-8 combination.
Bumpy position, but effective.
If he thinks he's not going to be able to control the 2 ball, like close to the short rail or anything, he could draw the cue ball out and get the 2 ball off the short rail back into play. Yeah, well, he has controlled that really good. Still a little straight though, we'll have to draw back, and the minimum is to get to the center of the table.
Long shot on the 3. Is he over the 10?
It's close. And he's not guaranteed to be on the 4 ball as well. We'll have to play with a little bit of left spin to stay away from the 10.
And he's going to have to threaten that corner pocket with the cue ball.
Or is he going to play the right side of the 10 and going to play good speed? Yeah, that's what he did.
Yep.
Oh. Wow.
I knew that was going to be an issue because that's exactly where that cue ball was headed, and that's exactly where he had to go for position on the 4.
Well, Filler is not completely dominating in this match so far.
does he must remember the Euro Tour in Treviso.
I am quite sure he's not remembering any of that.
And by that I mean, folks, I think it was Patsura that defeated him 9-7. But
well, I've had so many people ask me, like, "Hey, do you remember we played in this and this tournament?" And I go,
No.
"I play over 100 matches a year. How am I gonna remember all of them?" Like, well, I'm so sorry, but I don't remember. And yeah, well, with these guys, it's probably even more matches a year. So
it's funny because some matches will really stand out in your memory, and some you just don't even ever think about them.
ooh.
Will you just stop it right there for the 5 and take the short rail shape?
Oh, center table, maybe a little bit straighter, but
yeah, with that angle, he'll come back and play the 5 in the same, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking the 7 ball was the 4. Tim looks at me like, what are you talking about? What shot are you looking at? Well, this is like I said earlier, this is the first semifinal between Josh and Patsura. And the second semifinal we'll have at 1 o'clock, I believe. It'll be Tyler Steyer and Gerson Martinez Boza from Peru. American versus a Peruvian. North America, South America. In fact, we have North America, South America, Germany, and Ukraine as your semifinalists.
so 3-2. Patsura still trailing, but if he can get a good break, he might be in for a hill start of the day. Yeah, the arena. Just such a lovely setup. All Predator products. Have the Predator Apex 9-foot table. Predator Arena lights, best lights on the market for sure. Predator Arcadia Reserve Cloth. I have not heard a single player so far playing this tournament. They just came out with a new version. They're always trying to improve their product, and all the players have been saying, well, they were playing good. Like, they've been very happy so far this week, so that's a good sign. Then we got the Predator Arcos II balls and referee John Lehman is wrecking the balls with the Predator Aero Rack. And then we have the Predator bridges. As you will have to put a little bit more oomph in that break. Oh, there is your oomph. But no ball. One ball got on the point. Just got it a little bit too thick, or maybe a little bit too much draw. Like, there's always, if he had hit it with a little bit less spin, there's always this. Afterwards, it's easy to say he should have done this, this, this. The good sign for Patsura is he has not left an open shell on the 1, but he's going to find himself behind the 2 in case he doesn't make this one. Filler. Yeah, it was a nice two-way shot, but obviously was not trying to get that one ball in front of that corner pocket. Patsura's going airborne as well. And then sometimes you have this jump where you have no idea where you're gonna end up, but you just know that you have to shoot it just to. There's no other way. It's very difficult to get on that 2-ball, but you gotta risk it. You might get lucky and still get there.
I was trying to see if there was a way he could go rail first, but I don't see it. He had to be jumping and has left a bank shot or a safety. Well, he's got a kick shot. Going past the 4. The referee checking to see if the ball's froze. It looks like it is from this angle. We'll have to hit right about the middle diamond on that side rail by the 9. Oh, he hit the first diamond, cut the other side of the ball.
I think that 1 ball is on. Yeah, that 1 ball was frozen to the rail as well, so that made it even more difficult to get the cue ball out. You might actually be happy to leave Joshua this distance. Half a bucket, needs to draw the cue ball back, tough shot. Didn't have the full pocket there, and well, pretty good result.
Yes, it is. Another kick shot. Looks like he's going to go. Well, the 2 rails at this. Get the cue ball up. And another good result.
Yeah, this is such a big game for Patsura. Trailing 3-2 is, yeah, it's not like you have no chance anymore in this set. I expect him to kick this with soft to medium speed. If he doesn't make it, then he's gonna have that 2 and a 3 come into play.
Plus, he's kicking to open area. There's not much he can get behind.
Oh, he played more speed though.
Yeah. And speaking of not much he can get behind, he found the 2.
Whoa. Yeah, he tapped the table. He acknowledged that he got lucky. But I would too if I end up like this every time. Not too difficult to hit the 1.
Yes.
But it's always a challenge to make sure you hide the object ball.
It's a big ball to hit, but there's not much you can do with it. Catches it just right. He might be able to send it down, exactly right there, right behind those balls. Does he? Can you see it? You can see it. I think he can see it and just stop the cue ball right there, right behind the 10.
Yeah, and he could not have played this any better.
No.
This is 100% a lockup. The only thing I can see is going 3 rails. Short rail, long rail, in between the 2 and the 8. Short rail, hit the 1, and then pray for a kind of outcome.
He's got a very small window between the 5-7.
He's looking at the zigzag. Can he still go
He's going to
around?
push the. He's going to push the 10 ball on top of the 5.
Oh well, Filler is going to like this. Nothing has been tied up.
Yeah.
to get straight on the 2. I think that's... Well, he does have a little angle. I was going to say from there, you follow a little bit on the 3. You can either have the 5 in the side or cross over for the 5 in the bottom right corner. Center of the table. No.
A little more angle than he wants, going away from the next object ball. Nicely done. Just the right angle to either come back for the 5 in the opposite side or go across for the 5 in the corner. Either way.
Maybe a little far on this 6 ball as well. Can use the top long rail still to get to the 7. No side spin, just a stun, maybe a hair of draw to get past the side. Or even played it with inside to kill the cue ball.
Did a good job. Now he's just going to let the 10 ball hold him. He just went on the side there. So many different ways to play that. It was either way, to the corner or to the side.
And looks like the first set's gonna go Killer Filler's way. Unless something crazy happens on this 10 ball, but yeah.
There's no earthquakes in Wisconsin. And Filler does close out the first set, 4 games to 2. This is 2 out of 3 sets, races to 4. But if the third set is tied, it goes to a shootout. Will we see a third set? And we are back from the break. Give you a little rundown of the monies in this tournament. First place is $22,500. Second place is $13,125. One of these 2 gentlemen here is going to get $6,563. The other one's going to go on. And then 5th through 8th received $3,281, and 9th through 16 got $1,641.
Let's see a couple shots while we are waiting for the players to get back. Just to show you guys, if you just tuned in, what you have missed so far in the first set. Great jump shot here. You see he landed just right on the spot there to get the cue ball back.
And look at this pinpoint shape on this 4 ball.
Yeah, that's the thing with Filler. He does really make it look like it's easy, but those shots are not all that easy.
Even this shot right here. what we thought he might have to run around the table with was just a very simple soft shot.
Yeah, so he's up 1 set and definitely will be looking for a spot in the final. He's beaten the defending champion yesterday, Alex Kazakis, who actually could smile about it afterwards because he knows that he was up for a tough challenge and he got close.
Well, we have one player back in the arena where there is a 9-foot Predator Apex table. It's also being used, the 7-foot is being used in the CSI Wisconsin State Championships. There's 56 of those 7-foot tables in this room. Well, I'm sorry, there's 14 in this room. There's 42 up second floor. And they are using the Predator arena lights. We have seven of them above this arena. And Vitaliy to break the balls to start the second set. Filler broke first in the first set since he won the lag. Vitaliy breaks second set. Lost the first one 4-2. One ball to the side pocket. No real position on the 2, so we'll see a safety.
I expect him to play the opposite sides, bring the cue ball to the bottom long rail and the cue ball to the other long rail. Or does he like the... I don't like the cut that much. Cut the 2 and go all the way around the table. Oh, he tried to cut it and go around. I mean, I like that he tried to take his chance there, but on the other side, if he didn't make it, he was gonna leave the 2 ball in front of the corner, which now, if Josh only is able to hit the 2, he will make it guaranteed and has a chance to get on the 3.
Yeah, this is a good line to the pocket too.
Oh,
that's
too much spin.
Yep, he had to create the angle with English.
Yeah, so it worked out for Patsura.
But that really isn't where you want to leave your object balls, in front of the pocket. Ball in hand here. He's figuring out the 10-6. He's got to go between the 6 and the 8. He's not going between them. He's going above the 8.
Yeah, I like how he's played that. If he went to the long rail, it could have ended up straight and really tough to get on the 4. This took a little bit more cue ball control, but then it's guaranteed to be on the 4, so yeah, was a good shot.
Guarantees are good.
Yeah, I think the 5 ball does go to the side, yeah.
The 5 ball does appear, yeah. Well, he's gotten an angle on this 5 that's going to make playing the 6 probably to the side pocket, unless he chooses to go around.
Well, he is not going to be extremely happy with this. We'll have to play this 6-ball either really soft to be able to get the cut on the 7, or play double speed and take a longer cut.
Yeah, he's got a tough angle to get on the 7.
This is going to play the safe, but
this is going to lead.
Yeah, this was not my go-to shot. Could he not have banked the 6-ball behind the 7-10 and bring the cue ball back up table?
I think he would. Yeah, I think he should have kind of tried to get on the 6 better. But this is a little hard. Oh no, it's perfect. Jeez, I thought that was going to come up. That looked like it was going to fly off that side rail. Yeah, Joshua's being Joshua.
Well, he might get going from here as well. Like I said yesterday, it's so interesting that he really smells fear. Like he just, the more he smells it, the more he's like,
the looser he gets.
Yeah, oh sweet, nice. Like he really gets fired up. Not saying Patsura is like fearing him, but no, you're always on your toes playing a player like Filler, because you know every single thing you let him get away with can cost you the match.
And again, Filler starts out the set with the first win. Winner break format. Predator sponsored player playing with Predator equipment. He's got the new Gold Rush.
It has been a couple long days, so that's also something a lot of people don't think about. It's like, oh, you're just playing pool, you know, a couple matches a day. But it's not easy, especially the longer these events get. It's not easy to stay fresh. It's not like just hit some balls and stay in shape and that's it.
Well, sometimes, you know, when it's broken down in 2 stages, when you get to the final 16, sometimes you play 3 matches in a row. And that's not easy to play 3 matches in a row with maybe a half-hour break in between.
Well, and knowing if you have one match where you make a couple mistakes too much, that you're out. Like it's the level, the standard nowadays is too high to do that. So made the 9 on the break, no shot on the 1, unless he's going to shoot the 1 off the 5 ball into the 4, which would be very aggressive.
Is it the 1 ball he's shooting into it, or is the cue ball? He's going to try to get the cue ball. I'd like to go after this with the cue ball.
Well, if you don't make it, going after the 4 ball,
you're going to leave out. You're going to sell flat out.
Yeah. And it looks like the 1 ball is frozen on the 5, so if he just catches the left side half ball, he's going to send it towards the 4. It's really tough to see. Looks like he's going to get a little low on the 4. Yeah. But then again, if you look at what he did with the cue ball, he was trying to get that protection.
Well, because if he makes it, the 1 ball goes to the side rail. If he misses it, he's got the protection you just talked about. Perfect. Well thought out shot.
And also now kicking at this 1. Yeah, I think you just gotta go for it. Try to catch it right in the face. Maybe make the 1 into the rail, into the 4.
Does he? See if he has enough room to slide in. He might just hang up.
Yeah, depending on the speed.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I'm like, that's might be his only option. I don't really see much more.
No, I agree. This is a kick shot all the way, and the ball being in front of the pocket, he's going to be.
He's gonna hit it a little bit further on the rail with draw to make it short.
Called the 1 instead of the 4, and Josh was quick to get out of his chair.
Oh. The screen said foul. I don't think it was a foul. Hit that 1 ball first.
Yeah, he's not taking the ball.
But it's the same result in the end. Like that was ball in hand position he just gave, so I was wondering if he could get to the 4. Because the carom on the 4 was there if he can hit the inside. But then I was thinking, that 2 ball might be straight on the line, so he might not kick it. This is something that happens most of the time. Like sometimes, if he had called the 4, he would most likely make the 1. Like it's
hit the other side of the 1 and made it, yeah. And that's one of the things about having to call the ball in 9 ball. You don't worry about it. You just kick into it, and whichever one goes, you keep shooting. Does he have a shot here? This is awfully tight.
I don't think it goes.
He might be able to bank it.
Well, knowing him, he might get the jump cue out.
Oh. That's where he's going.
But then again, the challenge.
No, he had the jump.
He's gonna jump with the break cue, this distance. So that means he's gonna try and put some spin on it. 4 seconds. Oh, just making the ball was 1, and getting the cue ball out of that awkward spot with the 7, 8, 10. That was 2.
Well, just make a mental note. When you want to jump a ball like half a ball or a quarter ball and draw back, use the break cue, not the jump cue.
Yeah, he just showed that it's possible.
Forces the cue ball right over for the 8. Same shot for the 10.
And the big 2-0 here. Vitaliy PATSURA in his chair and can start worrying a little bit because things are not going his way.
No, if this trend continues, the match is over at the end of the set. Our second semifinal will be at 1 o'clock Central Time. And will be between Tyler Steyer and Gerson Martinez.
Same spot, same break, coming up 1 to the side. Oh, the 1 and the 8, and look at the 2 ball. Well, he's not playing 10 ball, he's playing 7 ball.
This is why they call him Killer Filler with breaks like this. And what did we time him yesterday? Was it 2 minutes and
10 seconds?
2 minutes and 10 seconds to run the rack.
Well, let's see.
He's not moving as fast as he was yesterday. Not today. They'll just stop it right there for the 6.
Doesn't have to move the cue ball as much as yesterday. He might be able to break his record. or at least during a match in this tournament. I don't know his official record, of course, but I'm sure it's fast. Little stun off the rail.
Mr. Patsura may not come out of his chair. After the break he just showed us, he's going to be breaking from the same place, the same way, because that was excellent results.
Yeah, filler on the hill in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Well,
around that.
Yeah, so he almost took a minute off the run there.
And he wasn't even running around. Like he wasn't even playing fast.
Well, he made one extra ball on the break.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But I think he could go even way faster. Yeah, great stuff from the killer filler, Joshua Filler. Yeah, it will take, I feel it will take some luck and extremely high level of pull to stop him today from winning this tournament.
That young lady right there was Pia Filler, and she is saying, don't stop him from winning this tournament.
Oh no.
Bring home the check, hubby. It's quite a difference. $10,000 difference between first and second place, almost. 9,500. If you want to be technical. And there goes the one ball again. Two ball again.
Look at the two.
It's going to bounce though. Well, it's not going to bounce enough.
No.
This
only
the 6, 7
ball, yeah.
Yeah, the 6 and 7. So let's see what he does. How he handles the 6. He's looking to bank it right from there, or move it. One of the.
Well, bank it. Yeah. Just to get on the bank is tough. With where the 8 is, you can't draw back from the 4 to get on that great angle on the 6.
Well, the 4 is going to be gone.
Is he able to cut the 3, run into the 7 with a little left spin, and then pop out for the 4? If he can move the 7 now and just get off the road, doesn't have to force it. It's close.
He's got the angle. Does he have the angle to do it?
Even if he catches a double kiss, he's most likely to get away from the rail.
He didn't quite get there, I don't think. Look at this shape on the 4. Is he going to get by the 8?
Oh yeah. And that's just... I'm speechless a little bit.
And now the same 3 rail shot. Does he take the combo, or does he go around 3 rails and right at the 7 to have? But he's going to take the combo. One or the other.
Yeah, if he makes this, then he's a high percentage.
I think this is Vitaly's only hope to come back to the table.
Oh, and he's missed it by quite a bit as well. What is Vitaliy PATSURA capable of? Can he manage to get through this set?
Side pocket. Angle leads right to it. Pocketing the 6 in the corner. Just goes to the rail.
Oh, and the cue ball.
Perfect. Perfect. And he's got these 4 balls to avoid a whitewash. And try to string some racks of his own.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to Patsura's break. Hasn't been breaking great, or hasn't been making a lot of balls on the break. So if he can get that going, then he always has a chance in this set.
Trying to force that third and deciding set. The fans are appreciative. They want to see more pool. Joshua Filler in his chair, just biding his time, wanting to get back to the table and close this out. The other young man, wiping down his cue, coming to the table to keep him in his chair. Upcoming events after this one, we have Michigan in Battle Creek, September 19th through the 24th, Ohio, October 11th through the 15th in Wilmington, Ohio, and then the Medalla Light Puerto Rico Open with the Caribbean Championships in San Juan, Puerto Rico, November 6th through the 12th. Meanwhile, let's work on this one, says Vitaliy.
One on the point, made it 2, and well, this is what I'm talking about. If he can string a couple like this.
That was a good break. Good results. Surprised the 1 ball is down at the bottom part of the table. Usually goes to the top. But it caught the point of the side pocket and it came back down to the bottom.
Didn't get
he landed
really
funny.
nice.
He landed a little funny.
Like, he's now trying to go to the right side of the 4, but then also he doesn't have much angle on the 3 to get there. We'll have to really force the cue ball over, and don't get straight on the 4 as well. Did he create
Enough angle?
Yeah, he's got a little angle. I think he can go around the 6. Get to the center of the table.
He can't get up too high though. This isn't going to stay down. Oh, he's elevating so he can get more, create more angle. And that was nicely done. Took advantage of the lack of angle and drew the ball out of there using 2 rails. Got perfect.
There's still some cue ball work to be done. Not a lot of room to get on the 8 soon, so
Needs a good angle on the 7 to come down for the 8. And it's delicate. The 10 ball could come into play.
Attention, please.
He's going to have to force this cue ball a little bit. You think? Can you run it 2 rails to get on this 8 ball?
Well, if he
looks like he might be going short side.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he doesn't like getting to the center of the table because he didn't like the funny angle, then he could have played the short side.
Yeah,
but
he took the bigger angle.
Yeah, it's okay here. Comfortable stroke. He's going to punch the cue ball 2 rails towards the 9.
Oh yeah, from this angle you see the 8 ball is a lot closer to the pocket than I thought it was. Mr. Patsuda looking pretty good to take this rack. He's just got to go from this 9 ball to a nice position on this 10. They'll come around 3 rails, possibly 4. He might catch the 4th one. One break away from tying it up. 10 ball and 1 break away.
Like I said, we'll need another break like that. But if he does get a break like that, we might be in for the hill now. Patsura needs to win the set to stay alive. And if he doesn't win the match, I think he can say he can be pretty proud of his achievements so far. He's played a good tournament, like in Vegas, playing 2 good Pro Billiard Series events in a row. And we all know losing to this young man is a possibility. It does happen once in a while.
A high percentage of the time.
I mean, I don't think there's many players that can say, oh, I've beaten Filler more than he's beaten me.
No.
I mean, I'm not able to say it.
I've never played Filler. You've had some opportunities to play him. You've been some of the same tournaments in Europe, haven't you? You've been some of the same tournaments he's been in Europe?
Yeah. I've played him a couple times.
Okay.
I only managed to beat him once playing banks, and all the other times I lost. But from when he was young, like we have played sets where we both just kept breaking running, and then I lost 8-6 or 8-7, like just that I would ask myself, can I play any better to beat this guy? Like so when he gets going, you just look at it and go, is he human? Like that's really what you ask yourself sometimes.
And we saw some of that right here on this table.
And it's only something you can appreciate at some point. Like you look at it and go, listen, I'm gonna try to make another break a run, but I don't know if it's gonna change the result. Oh, yeah, after a good break. Okay, it did get safe, but then still, now they're gonna battle again to win that fight over the 2 ball. Yeah, it was not an easy 2 ball he shot, but you would expect him to make it.
We have a German and a Ukraine. Patsuda is from Ukraine. Of course, Filler is from Germany. He's won a few Euro championships.
Yeah, both of them has won a European championship, yeah.
25 years old with a 770 Fargo. His opponent is also 25 with an 841 Fargo.
Yeah, I think if you look at Patsura and where he's from, if you look at the culture of playing pool. There's not many great players in Ukraine at all. So it's actually quite impressive how when he started to play, that he grew so fast. In the youth division, we both were in the same youth division. He already was a pretty good player. Like, he won medals in the youth division. So for a country like Ukraine, where the standard is not extremely high, that's pretty impressive. It's easier to do in a country where you have a bunch of good players and you're just used to battling all the time.
And being around good players brings your level up.
Yeah. You have to give credit if credit is due.
Well, sure, like you talk about practicing or playing with Niels. What better way to season yourself than practicing with a world champion?
I mean, I consider myself being lucky to have done that, you know, and some people, they don't get the opportunity to do that.
But opportunity is what Patsura has given Joshua Filler here. And these 6 balls to close out the set.
Yeah, for a spot in the final and guaranteeing himself $13,000. It's a huge jump, this match. It's kind of important. I mean, going home with 6.5 or 13 is quite big.
And making the semifinals is always admirable, no matter what tournament it is. There are 64 players, and you're down to the last 4. So you got to hold your head up high, regardless. But he's not out yet. How much hope does Patsura have in his chair?
Well, he's praying for another opportunity, but I think he knows what's about to happen. Well, it's never over till it's over, even when you're playing Joshua Filler, but
Two balls away from a spot in the finals. Will he face Tyler Steyer or Gerson Martinez?
Yeah, that's what we're going to find out at 1:30 local time here in Wisconsin. So make sure you tune in for that match. It's going to be a great match as well. Yes. Joshua Filler advances and Vitaliy PATSURA will have to settle with 3rd place in this tournament. Good shooting. This was George Teachea, myself.